And good morning, and we're live. Oh, sweep and step, sweep and step. It's how we clean our way through every day, in every way. Staying happy, loving ourselves by loving all our relations. So we had a nice meditative chat last night, and we'll have another one tonight at 7 p.m. I just wanted to say that I enjoy many of the shows and that I see on YouTube that I have subscribed and that you folks send to me through Gmail. And you can always get a hold of me at thedudeawake42 at Gmail. And go visit my blogspot, xratted.blogspot.com. And pass the word about Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Owl Bob right here on this channel. And those thumbs up and get some more folk. So it's about 10 a.m. I've been up here at the school for the last couple days, being around this. That's how the sun comes in, you know. The sun comes in from the east over here, and it goes west over there. But my little sleeping nook sees that every morning. And so here I am. And I'm going to go downtown. But, I just wanted to say, I look at all the news, I look at all the things people send me, and because it kind of gets me to think about what I'm going to chat about. Right? And one of the things I like to see in the morning, there's a guy, Crazy Luke, that's what he calls himself. I don't think he's too crazy. I think he's sweet and nice, has his perspectives correct. And his site, his show is called Living Off the Grid. He's got himself a nice little homestead somewhere in middle northern Virginia and kind of near UVA. And every day he gives a nice morning little chat out to everyone. And he always has a good thought, you know. And he's a human being, so he has his good days and bad. But mostly, his bad days are better than most because he's got it focused on his family. And he's, living off the grid and they're not buying stuff and they're making things and growing their food and and thinking about earthworms and chickens and cutting firewood and all of those good things. And so I suggest you to go see it because today he gave the five most important things that he can think of today, right, and tomorrow. And one was the love of his family. One that the 21st was the winter solstice, the shortest day a year, and now every day is getting longer by 2.7 minutes every day. 10 days, that's 20 minutes, And I already see it, I can feel it. And I also like the winter solstice for that, and that we're moving towards summer, right? And it's almost here. And so we should all look into our hearts, Miguel, into our hearts and see the things that we love. JB is off in Texas, and he's spending Christmas with his boys. And he's and I tell him, every minute you're there, spend it with your boys. Tell them, build memories of love. You know, don't worry about the toys or the Christmas presents. The memories of love are what are important, and that their boys will remember. And their boys are like almost teenagers. I think they're like 9 and 11 or something like that. And before you know it, man, they'll be going off to college or whatever. But that little precious age from birth until around 8, you know, you lose those things, if you're not there. I have a friend of mine who is a military chaplain, and he got married late in life, and he's semi-retired. He got blown up in Afghanistan and Iraq a number of times because he was out in the field with the soldiers rather than staying back in the chapel eating roast beef. And he's that kind of guy. He's always there for his flock. He's a great chaplain. He's a great minister. He's a great example. He's one of my examples that I try and live by. And so he's met a woman when he was in Korea and got married, and they live now, and they're in California, and she's going to school, and they had a baby. So he's the stay-at-home dad, and he spends every second with his son. So he's been with his boy, since his boy was born, and those are memories that are precious, and stay with you from tomorrow, and so it will be with his son. And he's being the good example to his boy. He calls me up when they're at the playground, and I can hear the kids playing in the background, and every now, no, Jaden, and he's a great dad. He's never harsh, he's never mean, he's never authoritarian. He's just loving, and that's the Christmas present we should take away from yesterday is that the present we have is the day that we get. Every morning I wake up in excruciating pain, and I meditate that pain away so I can get up and walk around like I am now, and I come out and sweep and step, and I lean into the car and stretch my back, right? So I can stand up straight, because if you don't want to lean over, and that's the beauty of life, because every minute you have is the next day of tomorrow, and I live it minute by minute, and so think of 5 things, that are in your life, that are the big story, right? And number 2 for me are these chats and talking to all of you, And hey, there's John Boy. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Like I said earlier this morning, you're in Texas. Spend every minute with your children. Build those memories, right? Build that love. And so number 2 is you guys. Number 3 is I wake up every morning looking forward to my next breath. Number 4, I've died 6 times, and so I know death is not a big deal. John, you build it better by your experience. You put forward with every step, just like, sweep and step. Each one you do it better and better than the next. Each one, you enjoy the moment, right? Whatever happened, happened. It's in the past. Water under the bridge, and live your life through those experiences. I was here all by myself for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and I read Dickens' Christmas Carol. Right? That's one of my Christmas traditions, and it always brings to my heart that feeling of that you can be reborn, you can have a better day, you can do better tomorrow with every step forward, and that's you know number four. Number five is that with every step forward, I do better and better, and I don't have to have any grand expectations. Just having it better is good enough for me. Uh huh. Well, I try to do my best. Uh, oh, let's see. So I'm gonna head downtown, down the hill, and go visit some folks. I'm gonna go to a hospital and that I've been visiting, old folks in the hospital, and I wear my funny hat, and I tell them stories, and I just hold their hand and smile, and that seems to work pretty good. So that's and then I have a little afternoon. A friend of mine called me up out of the blue last night, and has reminded me that I should go see some folks that are friends that I haven't seen in a while. So I'm gonna go do that. I've kind of called them up, and that's like the thing I'm looking forward to today. You know, I won't be making any money at it, um, but they were happy to hear from me, and we're happy with the idea of me coming to visit them and have tea, and that's what life's about. Anyway, boy, I have to stretch. If I don't, I start to rust. Well, okay, gang. It's been 12 minutes and 54 seconds, and I will say au revoir at 13:13, which is coming up. I don't know about famous. Okay, it's 13:13. I love you guys. Stay well. Travel easy. Remember, live every day to love for tomorrow. Okay? I like that. Love for tomorrow. I think that might be tonight's chat. Okay, catch you guys later.